Life can get very busy, very intense, so listen to find out if one of these 6 points is killing your creativity. Are you one of those people that somebody can send you a text message at 2 a.m. and by 2:30 you've answered? Even worse, 2 minutes past 2. You are open all hours. People know that they can contact you when and whenever they feel like it. That truly isn't a good start, not for you and not for them, because you are training someone to know that they can contact you whenever they feel like it. Hail, rain, shine, morning, noon and night, rather than these are my hours. Set yourself some definite times, some definite hours when you can be contacted. Okay, email, text messaging, WhatsApp, etc. Great, because it just means that communication is instant. The only issue is someone will send you a message, send you an email, and expect that within 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, you will answer. The moment you do that, you're beginning to train them to accept that they can contact you whenever they feel like it. And they get annoyed when you don't answer. Retrain people to see that actually, if I send them a text message after 6, or if I send them an email, I want something done after 6 p.m, it's not going to happen. And actually, quite frankly, unless you're a heart surgeon, brain surgeon, or transporting blood, very little really is that essential. Do you have a packed schedule? Are you so busy you barely have time to go to the bathroom? You have crammed every moment of the day with this to do, that to do, and in there, any moment of breather you get, you are checking emails, you are checking messages, you're checking your social media. Is your day packed so much that you barely have time to breathe? Packing your schedule does not mean that you are getting more done. It doesn't make you creative. It just means you've got a packed schedule. It doesn't help your well-being. It doesn't foster a great mental attitude. It doesn't look after the body. You need time to breathe. You need time to eat. You need time for the bathroom. You need time to get some fresh air. Packing and filling your schedule is not the way to go. Even worse, don't let other people fill your schedule for you. If they think, oh, well, you got 10 minutes, how do they know that 10 minutes isn't to just go and get a drink of water and get some fresh air? Your schedule is your schedule. Your time is your time. You need to decide what you're going to do with it, not let someone else cram it for you. If you work from home, if any of you have ever worked from home or you're self-employed, I know it's very likely someone has said to you at some time, well, you're self-employed, you can do what you want. Why don't you come out? Do you know what? I'm self-employed, but I have a schedule. I have a time frame. Because I'm not going to work in a conventional sense, it doesn't mean my time is I can do with what I wish. Yes, I can choose my timetable, but I choose my timetable. Make sure you do not let other people decide what you should do with your time. Don't let them cram and pack your schedule with what they think you should do. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Oh my God, I so hate that hustle, hustle, hustle culture. It is not the way to get things done properly. It is stressful, it is anxiety inducing, and it's more likely to give you a heart attack. Thing you gotta remember is even your computer has an off switch. Robots have an off switch. Everything has an off switch because everything needs a break. Everything has to stop. Everything needs to slow down and take time to reboot. How much more do you need time to reboot, to sleep, to breathe, to eat, to just sit and do nothing? I won't even say you're not a robot because robots have an off switch. Don't fall into that hustle, hustle, hustle culture. You've got to keep going because you're gonna fall behind. Know that you have a pace, work at your pace, get things done, have a schedule that you're going to work to. But don't race and rush because you'll look back one day and realize 10 years of your life has gone and you barely remembered it because all you did was have your head down and you forgot to look up. You forgot to smell the coffee. You forgot to smell the roses. Hustle, 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 but in the right way that fosters productivity, also incorporates well-being, time out, time to sleep, time to think, time to shut down and reboot. Multitasking. Now there's this idea that you can multitask, do multiple things at the same time. when in actual fact, that's a complete fallacy. You're doing something, one thing here, and then suddenly you remember, oh, I need to do this, so you're gonna do that. And then you go, oh gosh, I've got to pick that up as well. It's not that you're multitasking and doing all these things at the same time. What's actually happening are these teeny little slivers, teeny moments where your focus is on this thing here, then suddenly it's there, and then it's there. There's no such thing as multitasking. You cannot, physically, it is not possible for you to do multiple things at the same time and do them well. If you want to get things done and do it effectively, you need to follow a program. Say, perhaps you're doing something for 20 minutes. You're following 20 minutes here. You might do 20 minutes here. So it has that concentrated focus and it has your time, rather than snatches where actually nothing is done properly. And then when you look at it, it's a flipping mess. And then you're like, oh, now I've got to do it again. Multitasking is not the way to get things done effectively, and it's definitely not productive. Do one thing at a time and make sure what you're doing is quality. Give it that time, give it that quality, and you're less likely to have to do it again. Perfectionism. If there's one thing to keep a creative, to keep anybody stuck, is perfectionism. Oh, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. Oh, that's not right. This isn't right. It's got to be perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. I don't know about you, but sometimes I do something. I might do a drawing. I don't know. I might write an article and I'll think, oh yeah, that's great. And then I'll come back to it the next day or a little bit later, or even in that moment, and go, oh my God, that is so rubbish. I've got to do it again. And even when someone else says, oh my God, that's great. That's good. No, that's great. I still think, oh yeah, but that could be good and that could be good. When you speak to an artist, here is such a good example. And this happened at uni so often, it's funny. When you see an artist's work, you say, oh, that's really good. The first thing we often do as creatives is pick out what we consider to be the faults. We pick out what we consider to be wrong with what someone else thinks is great. And even when there's no more, when it's at its peak and there's no more improvements to be made, we're still going on about, oh yeah, but that's not right, and oh, I should have done this, or I should have written that, I should have said this. It's exhausting. There is no perfect. There's improving, there's getting better, but you know what? If you aim for this elusive perfectionism, it will keep you stuck and you're less likely to get anything done. So don't aim for perfectionism, because there really is no such thing. Just aim to do your best and keep improving, and knowing that with each step you take, each time you do this thing, whatever it may be, it will get better. But when you look for a perfect, it'll never get done, because it will never be good enough and it will keep you stuck. Distracted. Oh my goodness. Your emails are pinging, text messages are pinging, somebody is sending you a WhatsApp message, things are popping up on your computer. Oh my goodness, it is insane. There's always something that will keep you distracted. Turn off notifications when you're working. One of the things I do when I get up first thing in the morning, I always write. So I'll get up, I will do my exercises, I'll have my breakfast, etc. But then when I start my writing at 7 a.m., 7 till 9, that's when I'm working on my book. All my notifications are turned off. If I have to, I will turn my phone off. I don't want anybody contacting me then, because I'm already busy. I am already engaged. Me and my book have business together. So that's where my focus is. I don't need social media, I don't need an email, I don't need a text message. Nothing is happening between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. but me and my book. I don't allow any distractions to come up. The other thing is, if I'm working on a particular project, perhaps I'm doing some artwork, I turn off notifications. I make sure I put on my phone, there's focus. So when I turn that on, I've got my focus, it's got my attention, nothing else is coming through. Do not allow things to invade and interrupt that time. Even if you're sitting and reading the book, you and that book have business together. You and that book are busy. You are busy. You are reading. Sometimes when I'm reading a book and someone interrupts me, I'll go, me and my book. And they understand then, oh, okay, you're reading. Yeah, I'm sitting there with a book. It's like I'm talking to a person. You've just walked in and interrupted. Don't interrupt my reading time. Me and that book, we're busy. Don't let things interrupt your time. Don't let things distract you. Turn off notifications. Have a set time when you will not be interrupted. Turn off your social media. Don't have that TV going while you're trying to write something that's important. Don't let people call you and you're now well and truly distracted, because it can take a while to get back in the flow. That's your time with whatever you have set for yourself. And if it's important enough to you, you will make sure nothing will invade that time. So make sure that you protect that time with everything you've got, because that is important. Recap. Don't be open all hours. Don't have a packed schedule. That doesn't really work. Hustle, hustle, hustle. That has got to stop. Multitasking, perfectionism, being distracted. Are any of those killing your creativity? I'm Shai. If this video has helped you or encouraged you in any way, do like, do subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.